Hey guys, welcome. We tried to do this live on Facebook, but we're having some technical difficulties. So we're just recording this, and then we're gonna post it onto Yin Essentials and onto Britt's Wise Heart Facebook page, and then onto our YouTube channels as well. So we're doing a little baby massage with Royal. We're demonstrating, my RMT is gonna teach me how to give Royal a baby massage using some really high-grade essential oils. So those of you who don't know me, my name is Andrea Nacy, and I'm the founder of Yin Essentials, where I empower the world with self-care through yogic teaching. And I'm so stoked to be in Brittany's home, where she has her home office and her home practice. And I'll let Britt introduce herself.
Hey guys, I'm really excited to be here and to work with little baby Royal today. I am, if you guys don't know me, I am an RMT. I'm a yoga teacher and essential oil educator with doTERRA. I love to share the things that work for me in my life and my health to make me feel empowered and just feel better in my body, because I really think that when we feel good in our bodies, we show up in the world in a better way, and I think our world really needs that right now. So baby massage is starting with the little ones. So we can do so much to make these little guys grow up and to feel empowered in their bodies, right? So I know Andrea has been using oils with baby Royal for Royal's entire life.
So she's 5 months.
Pre-life.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we're just gonna share a few tools. So Andrea, why don't you share some of the ways that you're supporting Royal already, and then we'll get into a little baby massage demo. And this is Royal's second massage today. So she's a lot sleepier. Last time she was super energized. She's just been chilling out for the last little bit here. So we'll do our best to see how she feels about the massage.
So we're gonna use lavender. I have really noticed that having positive habits, especially at nighttime, has been really beneficial for her sleeping and for just her whole mood in general. And we use doTERRA's lavender a lot. So doTERRA's lavender actually has been passed by Health Canada in Canada as a natural health product, and so it actually really does have properties that help calm one's moods, it calms one's systems. So we use this a lot, baby massage and in the bath, on the bottoms of the feet.
Ooh, got snow falling off the roof.
Now, you want to be very mindful with your oils that you're using on yourself and on your babies, especially if you want to use them for therapeutic reasons. And when you're using high-grade oil like doTERRA's, you only need 1 drop. So I like to use 1 drop of lavender, and then I like to use a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil, so the fat's been taken out, so it's easier to apply. About 2 tablespoons of this will do her whole entire body. Food, like, the quality is higher than food grade. So especially on babies, right? They're putting their hands in their mouth all the time. You want something that you would ingest yourself, and doTERRA stands behind the internal qualities of their oils. Not all of them are for internal use, but lavender is one of them that you can actually use internally. I would never put it internally in my baby, but I know that it's safe enough to put on her skin, that if she did put her hands in her mouth, that I know that she's okay.
Yeah, and when you as well with your carrier oil, coconut oil just from your kitchen, or something, some kind of carrier oil that you would cook with or eat yourself. All of those are good choices, and you can look at the Environmental Working Group's database on maybe some of the stuff that you're using already as far as lotions or oils, and just check that out, because we really do take in so much from our skin, and when you're putting on that stuff on your little ones, you want to make sure that you're both helping to promote their health with what you're using, but especially that you're not harming.
Okay.
So Baby massage can be so great for helping to boost your little one's immune system, because you're helping to get their circulation going through their body. It's really great for bonding with both mom and dad with baby, establishing a super healthy connection to touch. Super great for helping their little muscles as they grow and develop. Royal right now is rolling over and she's starting to sit up, so she's got a lot of muscle building, especially through her back and her neck and her little arms and all of that. So just like us, they can have sore muscles, so baby massage can be super great for that. Also with really little babies, you can start right at birth. Even with preemies, there's a lot of research out there that shows how effective massage is for helping to increase baby's weight gain and get proper muscle development and all of those things that as parents we want for our little ones.
And you sent me a couple articles too. There's tons of research on massage supporting chronic illnesses. So Britt can send you guys the links to those articles: ADHD, autism, juvenile diabetes, tons of research out there linking massage with supporting health concerns.
Yeah, and it's just like us, right? Massage really overall helps to settle our nervous systems way deep down in our parasympathetic system, which is where our bodies heal and integrate. We are recovering, our digestive system works properly, we're growing, all that sort of stuff. So when you look at little ones, it's exactly the same thing, almost on a bigger scale, because so many things are happening so quickly when they're little. Everything's sort of shifting and changing and growing.
And I think that's great. Key, especially from birth. You know, like she had quite a traumatic birth. It was a long birth, and so with some interventions, so right off the bat, it was important for her at every stage to make sure that she sees her health care providers like Britt, who's her RMT, to make sure that throughout all these big developmental stages that, you know, her body is just in alignment, basically.
Yeah.
So
there's so many benefits, and it really helps you to be in tune with those changes in your little one's body as well. You notice a lot of things through touch, and you'll notice already if massage on little ones or anyone feels foreign to you, that over time you start to really develop more sense through your hands, and you can sort of sense more of how things are growing, and you'll know if something sort of shifts and changes and you want to get a second opinion from another healthcare practitioner. You're going to notice that sooner than maybe if you weren't doing so much sort of intentional hands-on work. And we touch our babies all the time, so a lot of this is going to probably feel pretty simple and sort of intuitive for you anyways. The power is just that intention, that you're intentionally spending 3 to 5 minutes with your little one, giving them a little rub down, helping to calm them down, and establish that healthy connection between you.
And also teaching them about their bodies, right? Like talking them through what you're doing and teaching them that amazing awareness of how their bodies work, and that they can eventually talk about that, which is cool.
Yeah, they're so impressionable, right? You start to see maybe mimic your facial expressions, or when they start to talk, and they'll pick up words and things like that. So if you're spending a few minutes a day teaching them about their knees and their ankles and toes and all those things, they're hearing those, and those are making an impression in their brain and starting to establish that.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Yay.
Are you ready?
So we'll see how Royal is like super chill right now. There's Moose, my dog. Go on, bye. No massages for you. Go on. No. Go on. Go lay down. Moose is trying to jump up and get a massage too. Hi, Royal. So super important to talk in soothing voices. Of course, you want to try to let your hands be nice and warm, so that's rubbing them together can help warm them up. I've cleaned my hands already, and we want to ask permission. So even though our little ones they're not speaking yet, you can still get that consent from them, and you can really start to pick up on those cues of what they want and don't want. Royal, hey. Royal, what do you think, hun? You think you want a massage? She's pretty fixated. She looks pretty chill and calm, so I think we're okay. Moose. So with using an oil, so like Andrea said, we only need 1 drop of essential oil. Should we use this since we already did a drop? Are you still cool with that, or should we just go with that?
Yeah, we don't need to.
No.
Yeah.
So we already gave Royal a massage today, and she's already been covered with some lavender, so we're not going to use any of that now. But what I would do is I would put 1 drop in my hand, and I would put about 2 tablespoons, which is about 2 quarter-size amounts in your hand of your carrier oil. Rub it together, get it nice and warm, and we're going to start with Royal's feet and legs. So with pressure, that's mostly the most common question that we have with how much pressure to use on your baby, right? And you carry your babies around, they're pretty durable. We can use a somewhat firm pressure, but of course not too firm. And you just watch to see how they react. My hands are still a little bit cold right now, but she's going to be a trooper. So first thing, just start with one of her legs and just coat her leg with oil. So we call this effleurage. It's just getting the oil on her body. And then the next technique is called Indian milking. So really it's like a super gentle snake bite type motion going up her leg. So we start at the bottom of her leg and her ankle, and we work all the way up to her knee and up her thigh, all the way to her hip. And so the reason we start at the lower part of the leg and work up is because we're working our way up to her heart. So we're encouraging the circulation from the lower parts of her body, or the areas of her body that are further away from her heart, into her heart, so that the blood can be recirculated and all of her tissues can have that fresh blood. So on their little feet, we can do little ankle circles, one way and the other, just super gentle. And if they kind of like, Royal's flexing her ankle right now, that's totally fine. We just work with what they're happy with. And then from her foot, the bottom of her heel to her toes, just gentle strokes up. And I'll maybe do, like 5 sets of each one. It's super intuitive. Just see how happy they are with what you're doing. I think she likes her little feet being rubbed. And then we can work on their little toes, little circles. And then to finish off the leg, just like another nice stroke up from the bottom of her ankle up. And we'll just give the other side just a little rub. Like we said, Royal's had 2 massages today, so she's living in luxury.
Would you always have to do both sides? Or depending, like if the baby wants you to stop now, like you would just...
Totally. I would flow with what she...
move in her direction.
How she's going, yeah. And ideally, we want to try to encourage balance.
Okay.
So it's always good to work on both sides and to do some of the similar techniques, but she's not going to be going around walking in circles or anything like that after. So, you do what you can with what she's happy with.
Okay.
We'll work on an ideal situation. And then next I'd work on Royal's arms and hands. Maybe does she have her little blanket?
Yeah.
Cool. We can pull, and always keep them warm and happy, of course.
Here, let's get your blanket.
And then through arms, it's very similar to legs. So if I was to reapply oil through this process and I had used essential oil, I would now just use more carrier oil and not worry about adding more essential oil. So we'll go right from the shoulder and run down to her wrist to get a little oil on there. And then from her wrist, you can just hold their hands and work from her wrist, little circles down to her shoulder. So we're doing the same thing, from wrist to shoulder. And you can see Royal sort of giving me her arm here.
And they'll present themselves or they'll retract,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and it's your baby will react. You know, they'll show you different ways that they like or don't like something, and it's part of the process of it is that you're going to start to learn all these cues that maybe you didn't know before. So we can do the same sort of little circles through their palms, little finger circles and knuckle circles. Super gentle. Whenever you're moving their joints, you're helping to get fresh fluids into those joints, which helps to keep them healthy. Which is nourishing your joints right now. That's all. And you never need a lot of motion with this. It's just really gentle, and you can see that it's sort of nothing that you wouldn't do usually, right? It's nothing intense. Hello. And so with their little bellies, we can do some really effective techniques for colic. So any digestive upsets.
And that's why it's also so important to use a high-grade essential oil that has therapeutic benefits too, because not only will this soothe your baby and help you guys bond and help them, you know, in development and growth stages, but these oils can support things like colic and digestive discomfort, which is pretty cool.
And so what I'm doing for Royal's chest, so right from her shoulders down to her belly, I'll just do nice big long strokes. Sort of use the whole surface of my hand. And so here from the shoulders, we're moving the direction back to the heart. And then from about her rib cage down, we want to do nice little stroking motions down towards her lower belly, because we're trying to encourage her body to do what it needs to do. Right? What do you think about that? And now this is something some babies like and some don't. So Royal's pretty chill right now. She seems to like this. And you can kind of see where, you know, a slower, more contact and a slower motion is a lot more calming than short, quick, right? If you think about what would be stimulating to you and your body, it's the same for them. And so you can just simply do that. That'll help to, you know, we're helping to encourage gas and any bowel movements to move down into her lower belly.
She's massaging you.
Yeah, she is. And the other thing we can do is work with her digestive system. So your digestive system, everyone, goes from your ascending colon in the right side of your belly up to just below your rib cage, just above your belly button. And then there's the transverse colon going across to your stomach, and then your descending colon going down to your left side. So we can follow this on the little ones' bellies and ours as well to help encourage the motion. So we call this full sun, half moon. And so it's sort of like a circle. So you put your hand on their belly and you bring your hand from the lower right side across the middle and down the left. Super gentle pressure. We're just encouraging that. And then you bring your other hand doing the same thing.
So in a clockwise direction. In a
clockwise direction. Yeah, that's right. And just super gentle. If your baby has more of an active digestive system, like things are running too fast on the end of diarrhea, then I wouldn't do this. That would be something you wouldn't want to do because you wouldn't want to encourage more motion. But for just encouraging a healthy digestive system, if maybe there's a bit of constipation or gas and bloating, we can work with this. Super helpful. And then I would just do a few more strokes from just around your sternum down to her belly. You're doing so great. This is a very luxurious day for you. And so the other thing while baby's on their back that you could try is, and I don't know if I will with Royal, but you can try face massage. Kind of what Andrea's doing right now. Nice gentle strokes on their head, maybe a little bit of a rounding, exactly, and she loves that. There we go. Their eyebrows, nice little strokes. Royal's closing her eyes right now and almost falling asleep. And you know, you can definitely just flow with it. So almost right now, Royal's so chilled out, you could just probably keep rubbing her eyebrows and she will fall asleep.
Oh my gosh, so awesome.
She's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Should we try her back, you think?
Sure.
So we'll show you guys through a little bit of back massage as well. We'll see what Royal thinks. So this is another really calming place for babies that they might fall asleep on.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if your baby's really active and they don't want to lie on their back, you could just do this portion of the massage as well. So get a little oil, warm it up in my hands, and this is very similar to our chest and abdomen massage. We're going from shoulders and down their back. And here, this lower back area is also very supportive area for any digestive stuff. We're affecting the whole abdomen with the lower back. So just nice gentle strokes. The only thing you want to be careful with on the back really is just no deeper pressure along the spine. Anything gentle is fine, but it just won't feel very good to be pressing on those bones there. There's muscles on either side of our spines that for Royal right now, she's strengthening a lot. Mm-hmm. So this when they start to bring their head up, they start to lift their body, all of Royal's muscles are working super strongly, so we can help relax those just by a little gentle pressure, stroking down. You can do little thumb kneading as well, where you just push in towards her spine and up. So this is gentle pressure, but you can see it's enough to sort of move her skin there, right? Sometimes too light of a pressure can be a little bit irritating for them or stimulating. How are you doing, Miss? Hello. And you can do little sort of ringing action, just like you're bringing your hands one way and the other, and then little backs. And you're going to learn so many different things. You know, we have all these kind of names and techniques for massage. Really, it's just sort of learning what feels good for your little one.
And taking the time to intentionally connect.
Yeah. And even here, if you were doing most of this massage with baby on their tummy, you could work through their legs here. Right. It's totally fine.
So no rules. Follow baby's lead. Be intentional with your touch. Use high-grade oils. Dilute your oils.
Yeah. And just trust yourself.
Yeah.
Trust that you, as their mom or their parent or their healthcare provider, that what you're picking up from them is actually what you're picking up from them. Because sometimes we doubt ourselves in what we think that we're kind of reading from another person, whether that's a baby or not.
Right.
So there's a big part of that growth and change for you as well as their parent. That you're sort of trusting yourself to be able to know what they need and to work with their bodies. And then when you do see a health practitioner ever, you have so much information that you're going to feel like you could feel that one of her muscles starts to be stronger than the other, or any of those things. As a healthcare provider, having somebody that knows whether you're more in tune with your own body or you're more in tune with your little one's body, their treatment and everything is just going to go so much smoother. They're going to get way more benefit out of it.
I love you so much. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Britt. And thank you all for tuning in. I love sitting around and talking to Britt, and that's why we wanted to bring you guys, probably about once a month, we want to bring you something like this. So if there's anything that you want to learn from us, let us know. If you guys are wanting a sample of this high-grade lavender oil, you want to start giving your babies massage, we'd love to send you guys out samples. My email is andreanacy@gmail.com.
And mine is wiseheartessentials@gmail.com. Awesome.
And go massage your babies.
Yeah. Any questions, you guys can comment below, get in touch with either of us. We're always happy to help. Yeah. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for being patient and waiting on this. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay. See you guys.